get 3 weeks, 3 more games, and then they get a break. And I mean, it's just the way the way the schedule's set up, and they seem to be fine. Lou feels like they're lifting and running well, and all that part's good. So.
Okay. He'd probably get a good read on if everybody was
Well,
saying.
he knows. Yeah, he knows. Just because of the way they are when they lift and run and so forth.
As Coach, you said before the season you were going to try to monitor how this a little bit longer season and everything.
Well, it's not the season's not longer. It's just we want to make sure that we're fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of a little bit gives more rest. The thing that happens when you practice Monday night, and we may go back to practicing Monday night next week, but and when you go out Tuesday morning, there's only a 12 or 13 hour layover. So, I think the result, we like the result. Practicing Thursday morning, then you got all day Thursday, all day Friday, and Saturday for the game. So I think you make it up there.
Been a little fresher then. Even.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
From looking at their tape, what's the difference between Ohio State with Miller at quarterback and Bowserman at quarterback?
Well, Miller's he's a runner.
He's an athlete.
He's an athletic guy, a guy that's hard to get a hold of, and a guy that causes the defense a lot of problems. Anytime you got a quarterback that can run and throw and do all those things, it's athletic. Causes problems. I think all you got to do is look at the first half or so. Until he got hurt, I guess 3 quarters against Nebraska was pretty good.
Seemed like he really gave them a spark.
Well, I mean, he's once again he's an exciting player. He plays with energy. He's a guy that. But that guy they had last year was a pretty good player too. So you just gotta
A little different.
line up and play.
Did so you expect him to be out there?
Oh yeah.
You count on it.
Yeah, I was as soon as I found out it was an ankle, I felt pretty strong he'd be out there.
You get the sense maybe even that was a precautionary thing in his case.
Oh, I
Okay.
don't know anything about that. I just know when they said it was an ankle, I figured he'd be there. Because when you saw it on tape, it didn't look like a high ankle sprain. So he's got a sprained ankle.
Darius getting closer, or
He's off crutches, and Phil felt good today. We just have to kind of wait and see day to day.
Coach, looking at Ohio State, they've had some issues this year, but it seems like that defense hasn't. They played pretty well on defense.
Pretty good. Defense pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they're a good football team. I mean, they've gotten beaten by Nebraska's a good football team, and believe me, it'll be they got their backs against the wall. So I mean, it's going to be a game where we got to win. We got to come out and match their intensity because they're going to come out and be very, very intense and ready to go.
To date, this will be the most physical game of the year, won't it? I mean, Arizona State was pretty rough. But
yeah, but I mean, it'll be physical. I think the rest, and we talked about that the rest in our meeting this morning. The rest of these games are all going to be physical. I mean, I think all the Big Ten games are physical, even though some people won't think they are. They're physical.
Tavon got an award from the Big Ten this week. I know that stuff is not a big deal to you in the grand scheme of things, but he obviously played well.
Yeah, I mean, it's big. I'm happy. I'm proud of him. I mean,
right.
but I think he'll be the first to tell you that the guys who created the pressure and got the sack or caused the fumble, he was able to pick it up. And we talk about guys being in position to when the play happens to make it. Plays are going to happen. Not necessarily go try to make plays. Is be in position, and when the play's there, make it. And that's what they're doing.
I was trying to figure out who had the better game, Tavon or Whitney. They both had pretty good games.
Whitney had a pretty good game too. He really did. I think the one sack that they gave Tavon actually was Ian Thomas's.
Really? Oops.
So.
You don't have to tell him.
I mean, it wasn't even close.
Is that one of the better games Tavon's played here? I mean, to look at all that, it seemed like he was there, like in the right place a lot.
Yeah, I think with every position, but particularly defensive backs, there's certain games where there's not going to be a lot of action.
Okay.
And this just happened to be a game where he was in a lot of action. So, but the good thing is he was in position when the plays happened, and that's the key.
He's having a good year though, right?
Oh yeah, he's been a great player since he's been here, and a great kid.
Does Ohio State mean more to the guys when they see a big name program like that coming to town?
They're all pretty important. I mean, it's one at a time, and this Hollis is the next one, so we're gonna.
But historically, Illinois has played Ohio State pretty close the last few years. It seems like. Is there something different there? Or?
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's anything different. It is a big game. I mean, they're all big games. Obviously, Michigan will be a big game. Wisconsin will be a big game. Purdue will be a big game. I think they're all big. But we have played Ohio State well.
this is a new team, a new year. I know that, but you guys have continuously like knocked off some of these things that haven't happened in a while. You know, the 10-year ranked team thing. You know, Pac-12 team, all that. Ohio State hasn't lost here in 20 years. Is that another one of those that you know? I mean,
At least I was born.
well, good point. Good point. Yeah,
You
at
know,
least you were born.
The other one, I wasn't born.
But do you love kind of, or is that one of those look back at after the year type things when you knock those things off?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a big game, and we got to go play. But once again, all these things that have happened, you know, it's going to be for naught if we don't continue doing what we're doing. And you know, and it's like I've said about a lot of these games. I mean, you know, one game's not going to determine, you know, whether we have a successful year or not. I said that before the Arizona State game. If we're not fortunate enough to beat Arizona State, it's not going to be the end of the season. I said it about Northwestern. I'll say it about Ohio State. I mean, we still got to play, and there's still 6 games left. So we got to play. We got to win. You know, we got to play well, and our guys know they got to play well, and they know this will be a tough test.
But you've told your kids, if you play well, you can beat everybody that's left.
We said that in August the 4th.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if we were good enough, if you know, didn't have any. Didn't mean anything other than that the more guys you got believing that, the better chance you have of winning.
You
Gotta
said it
win.
every year.
Said it last year.
Got to win the turnover.
I've said it every year. Said it
No,
last
said
year.
it.
And
Turnover.
we were in every game last year.
There's sometimes when it's a different situation.
And if you go back and you look at last year, you know, and I told them at the end of the season, we didn't have enough guys believing that August 3rd or 3rd to last year. You know, you didn't have enough guys believing that, and that's why, you know, obviously it took us a while to get going. And, you know,
The turnover battle thing. I know that didn't go the way you want, and I know
we can't turn the ball over, and, you know, and those guys, offensive guys know it. But when that happens, the defensive guys got to go in and do what they did. And I think the thing that, like I told them this morning, you know, for us to have the kind of year we want, there's going to be times that the defense is going to struggle and the offense is going to pick up a slack. The first part of the season, the Arizona State game, the offense held on to the football, and you know, it's pretty easy to play defense when the defense is sitting over there on the bench. So, I mean, it's a team game, and I think you go back and we've needed the special teams. And there's some things we got to get shored up, but we will. And it's going to take all 3 phases for us to be successful, and they're all going to have to bail each other.